Aloha guys. So I've been meaning to do this for a long time. A lot of people tell me, hey, why don't our paddles have dihedrals? I'm nothing against dihedrals, right? Most people tell me, and even paddle makers in Tahiti tell me, coaches say, oh, this is to part the water and give the blade direction. Well, you really want to do that, you should install a fin on here to do that. That will really make some significance in parting the water. That's why you use this for your surfboard and your canoe, right? No, the dihedral, right? We have blades that have dihedrals too, but look at our wood blade, the dihedrals. It's subtle because the dihedral is to strengthen the blade face, or the back of the face, because it stops it from flexing and breaking. How do you know about that? You know, we can argue about the physics and complex math equations. Let's talk about how do you make a flat surface stronger. That's what the dihedral does. Look, because it has that little fold, right? It makes the surface of a flat surface stronger. It's not to part the water, right? You can add layers to it, and you keep adding layers, it's still going to be limp, right? So the other way of making a flat surface stronger is to curve it, make a concave, like our concave shape. This makes a stronger blade. Also, it happens to catch more water. But I understand some people have to have flat paddles. Flat shapes inherently are not very strong. That's why you put a dihedral on a flat blade. I get it, but our dihedrals are flat so that it adds strength, but it doesn't make it disrupt water flow across the blade when you're steering. It's not to part the water, right? See, look, because we don't need to use it because our materials we use is so strong, right? 12K carbon, sandwich bonded carbon and wood. We don't need to. And then we have the ribbings to make it stronger. These are like the bones of a fish, right? So don't get fooled by giving it these explanations. Yes, you can call it. It's to part the water, but you are not Moses. You're not parting the ocean. So get your physics right. So the other thing about the dihedral is many of you are doing V1s to improve your water feel, and I do it too. And if you think about this, if you're parting the water, this dihedral creates turbulence. In V1, or you mostly paddle steering, so when you do the C stroke and all the stroke, this dihedral actually disrupts the water. A flat blade or concave blade is easier to draw the blade in V1 because mostly in a V1, you are paddle steering most of the time, right? You're not paddling just straight. You're always moving the boat, drawing the blade, right? Mm-hmm. Now, one of the first things when you catch a big wave and you have to do this, and you are trying to use this as a rudder, this side or this side, right? This acts as a rudder. Now, look, a flat surface. Look, come close. Oh. You can tap it right by your canoe side so tightly, especially a V1, right? This is a V6. But when you have a dihedral, so when you have a dihedral, this triangle thing here, look, it tends to rock the blade. So now you don't have a tight hole. It only takes a micro gap to let water come close. If you hold it and come really close, if you have a little gap, if you're going fast, water will rush in here and push the blade out. That's why you see steersmen trying to hold it, right? It's harder. That's why steering blade, you look up here, steering blade is flat. They don't have dihedrals in steering because of that. So in a V1, you don't paddle with a steering blade, you paddle with a boat, with a blade like this. So if it has a dihedral when you try to do this, well, you better be really good at holding it there because this dihedral rocks the blade. Look, it rocks the blade. Right? You can't rock a flat blade. It's flat. Right? It's not rocking. So that's the other myth of the dihedral. Talk to your friends. Educate them. Aloha. I'm in C1, right? In regatta racing or sprint racing, IVF, no sprints. So when you want to turn a canoe, you tend to uni this side to turn a boat, right? You're going full speed in the turn. One of the biggest problems people have is like holding the blade here. Well, guess what? And you get screamed at by your coach, like, hold the water. But what happens? Look, you're doing this, you can't hold the water. The board's going full force. It tends to rip it apart, and it's very hard to hold it. You can ask every novice paddler. They have this problem. A flat blade, come close. It holds it so much clean. I can do this, right? No, I don't have to fight the dihedral rocking the blade. You got it? 6 men, 1 man, same problem. So look, our all-wood paddle, notice we have a flat dihedral versus a normal, typical Tahitian-style V-shaped dihedral, right? I may have a dihedral here, but it won't rock as badly as this, right? So understand why. Details matter. The flat dihedral is better than this pointy one. Yes? So understand it.